Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Charlitas episode. I'm your co-host, Luis. Joining me to my furthest right or left, we got
Alma,
Sam,
Pamela.
Jair.
Yeah, and it's good to be back. I feel like it's been a while since we've done this. So sorry if we're a little bit shaky or nervous, but it's good to be back. Let's just get started. Let's just get right into it. The icebreaker for today is, kind of what's happened, what's up, what's new in our lives, what's any breakdown of the things that we've been up to, any villain arcs, any stories, any new characters in your lives that we can tell the people about. Yeah, what's been new for y'all?
2 weeks ago, I met these really fun, I think they were middle schoolers, and middle schoolers are really crazy. Like that, we became besties. I still remember that. I haven't seen them in a while, but they were really fun. I think middle school is a fun grade to be. And yeah, even though my brother is a middle schooler, but that's besides the points. These ones were better.
And you know what? You don't hear that often.
Yeah, people don't
say middle school grade is the funnest part of your life.
Maybe it was just those two specifically. They were twins, and they were really fun. I feel like I really bonded with them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, shout out to all the middle schoolers.
It was a little trip, and all you saw was Alma in the background with the two little kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Flashback to our middle school episode.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that was healing your middle school era.
Maybe because I was able to talk about it, I could connect more with them, and understand them more. Anyways, yeah, I made two besties. Yeah, those are my new characters in my life.
Jair had a really big moment recently.
Oh yeah, I graduated college.
He was trying to be nonchalant about it.
He's trying to not bring it up
what?
himself.
He said, "Oh yeah, I graduated."
What Pama said in the LNW post, a lot of sleepless nights.
A lot of sleepless nights and hard work. Yep, that's true.
Walk us through it. How was it crossing the stage? What was going through your head? Did you black out?
I usually when I graduated high school, I usually did a prayer hand when walking, but it was the walk was so short.
Wait, you did a prayer hand in high school?
Well, when we did the drive-by graduation.
Oh, you did a prayer, you yourself?
I didn't do a prayer. I don't know what to do with my hands, so I just.
You just awkwardly chose the prayer pose instead.
I'm receiving la hostia.
La hostia.
That's a crazy default post to hit. But I mean, hey, that's unique though.
I think it was a trend back then too.
It was so funny because, obviously we all went to go
Thank you.
and see him and celebrate him. And it was so funny because I caught the cutest video of him walking. He's walking towards the stage, but he has to go around. And he sees us and he's all like, hi. And I think it's the most adorable thing ever. And now I have it as my lock screen, Jair.
His mom sent me some pictures, group pictures, and then she specifically sent me one of him. I'm going to go frame that picture because he looks so happy.
Of just Jair?
Yeah, sorry.
Aw, cute. And Jair just recently graduated, but we graduated a year ago from college and Pamela from high school as well. And so that's why the focus of this episode is what's been going on since we all graduated, and our title that we chose was, Is This It? Oh, I must. Because,
right, we got it.
Yeah, it's right up there because, post-grad is kind of crazy. No, in a good way. But I don't know, since I've graduated from university, also, I'm sorry if I sound weird. I got really sick past weekend and now I feel like my voice is really gross right now. But anyways, since I graduated, I've been just working. As I've mentioned before, I graduated with a teaching degree, and then I was I had like a good student teaching experience, but also like I learned and I saw a lot, and I was like, oh my God, like this is a lot. This is very draining. And it didn't help that every time I went on social media and I was on TikTok, like all I would see was like teachers quitting. And I was like, oh God, what'd I do? And like, it just didn't help. And so that's why I started liking like the random TikTok posts. So my algorithm would be different. But yeah, so I was like still debating if like teaching was like what I wanted to do or not. And then I got an opportunity to teach, which that on its own was crazy because I had less than like 24 hours to prepare a whole classroom, and I was just like thrown into it. And I mean, it's May and I survived and I'm still in it. And like we're thriving now, but those first few weeks were like, oh my goodness. It was a really rough start, and I was in a really bad place because of it. And I was like, I don't know like what I want to do with my life right now. But you know, as I've been just like pushing through it, and I've learned a lot, I feel like I've changed a lot too as a person and professionally too. And I feel like because I've, you know, been able to push through it, and I've gotten better, I guess, at, you know, because nobody is ever going to be perfect, especially not teaching, just like going in like right away from college. It was like super tough. But yeah, I don't know. That's all I've been doing. I just been in teacher era, in like teacher mode and like first year teacher type of thing. And I try not to be all about like, I try not to make it my whole personality, but it's like, whatever. Like I try not to, because it's so annoying to be that one person who only talks about their job. I know, because my dad does that all the time. And I don't want to be like my dad, but I mean, it's just been so rough, y'all. Like I just need to talk to people about it. But see, like right now I'm like rambling about it, but it's
like,
whatever.
It's definitely like not like an easy thing, like especially like, I don't know, we've all been able to like kind of like been like firsthand like witness of like you starting like last year and like all this stress that like, you know. And
they were there. They were all there with me preparing that classroom, you know, like they were helping me clean it and then like putting everything together. And I had like 2 pencils and 3 erasers to bring with me to that classroom. Like, and all of them, I'm like so grateful that they were all there for me, and they were all like helping me prepare that classroom. And the students who stepped into that classroom like the next day, like literally have no idea what we all went through. It was literally kind of...
It was like super like last minute.
Right. And I was like dissociating throughout the whole thing.
Well, actually, and remember a couple of days ago, was it 2 weeks ago? What week ago? It was Teacher Appreciation Week, Sam. So shout out to you. Someone please put little balloons or confetti. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, wait. I was gonna finish saying that, like,
sorry.
You're good, but like I was gonna say, like, just like we've been able to like, you know, see that, but like now it's like I know you've only been in it for like a year, but it's already like really like showing like that you've like made like progress, like as far as like, I don't want to say like you're like a vet because like it's obviously like a year, but to me like it looks like you're already kind of like.
Listen, I feel like I've aged
much.
I
feel like you got it, but like I don't know if like other teachers are gonna be like, it's only a year. Like it's only
for real.
Like I've been at this for like 50 years. Like so, but I don't know. To me, it's just like it looks like you're already for sure like are way more capable at least. You know?
Right. And sometimes I wonder like how different would have like my first year been if I have had more time to prepare. Because the way like I just was like thrown into it, I was like, and I had like nothing, and I was already still, and I was like I said, like I was still in that spot where I was like, do I even want to continue teaching right away, right now, or not? And so it was just cray. Yeah, it's fine.
I've never seen Sam teach, but we've done presentations with her, and I'm like, dang, she's like my favorite teacher.
Oh wait.
Thank you. That means a lot. I don't know if anybody else would say that. No, I'm kidding. Like I try to be very reflective on what I do in that classroom so I could make it a better place for me and the kids. Mostly me. Because if it's easier for me, then it's easier for them, you know?
No, yeah. I get that. What's it called? But yeah, like for us, it's like been like a year after like graduation, at least for like us three. But like somebody just had their first year. Somebody just had their first year in college. To speak a little bit on that, what was your experience like? What did you like? What did you not like? Tell us.
I liked when it ended. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But first year, yeah, it seems kind of surreal. That was so good.
It's gone by like super fast. Huh?
It's super fast. And I can't believe 3 more years and I'm done.
3 more years and you're done.
It seems so crazy. And I think, because it was hard. I have to admit, it was really hard. And summer's here, because school ended like a couple of weeks ago. Summer's here, and all I've been doing is sleeping, guys. I've been sleeping, building book nooks, and reading. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But no, yeah, I had high expectations. I knew it was going to be hard. Like, I knew it was going to be hard, and I had tried to mentally prepare, but it wasn't enough, low-key. There were some difficult classes, but I also met a lot of really cool people. As I've mentioned before, I graduated Clark last year with biology, thinking that that's what I wanted to continue doing. But, plans change. And I decided to switch and do mechanical engineering, like my 2 besties. I was like, wait, we can be a trio.
We were.
And so I switched to mechanical engineering. And that field is, it's typically male dominated. So there's like a couple of girls sprinkled here and there in the classes. And that's very intimidating. But I became besties with those girls, low-key. Like, you kind of just gravitate towards each other, being in such a exclusive, like, space. You kind of just find each other, and it was really fun. I really liked them. It was cool. We literally just sat down next to each other during one of the labs, and we're like, hey, like, I see you're in all my other classes. Like what's your name? And so it was really cool, and I really liked them. And I'm excited to continue on my journey with them. Like, we already have plans, guys. We're gonna make those study groups together.
I mean, somebody has to be the baddie group in that major.
And it wasn't gonna be the guys.
No.
And it wasn't gonna be the guys. But no, yeah, difficult, but also very rewarding. Like, after I finished, I was like, yes, it was hard, but I did that. Like, I did that. I ate. We're going to repeat again next year. You know what I mean?
There's pride.
There is. And definitely seeing these two in between, like, classes, because I would go find them. They would try to hide from me, but I would always find them. It really kept me going, especially Jair. Jair, motivation. Before the tests, I would tell Jair how stressed I was, and he'd be like, light work, you got it.
To be honest, Palmet, it didn't look like you were stressed.
Because you were there, Jair. But yeah, and so...
Well, if I would like to add, I saw you like at home, doing your
I was
homework.
a stalker. I was a mess at home.
Low key, I opened my door. Anyways, but I would see you, and at home, and you were doing your work, and you were very concentrated. And she probably, I'm gonna say this because I think it really talks about how well she did in her first year, but she got a letter of recommendation from one of her professors. Like, she didn't ask it, but the professor saw how good she was doing. And I was like, yeah.
I've never gotten one of those. And that was scary. It wasn't scary.
And chocolates?
I had chocolates. I love that professor so much. Because I feel like I'm decent at math. I would say, like, I'm not.
That means she's good at math.
Like,
she's very good.
I'm like kind of good at math.
She's really good at math.
She's really good at math.
And I thoroughly enjoy, like, going to the lectures and, like, doing it, I guess, compared to all the other classes. I feel like math is, like, the one thing that I'm like, I got it. Formulas, like, I'm down. And so I feel like I really connected with that professor, and she was super, super nice, super helpful. And I had her consecutively for both semesters, so I had her throughout the whole year. And after my first semester, she sent me an email, and she's like, hey, I've, like, noticed all the hard work that you've been putting in, and I just want to, like, show my appreciation to you. Like, come over to my office, and I got a special treat for you. And she gave me chocolates. And then this second semester, she also just sent me an email, and she's like, hey, I know you didn't ask for it, but I have a letter of recommendation for you. So if you want to come pick it up. And I did. And I read through it. And like I said, rewarding, very rewarding, because it just showed that, someone takes note of, how hard I'm trying. Like I myself might think that I'm not doing as well. But hearing it from someone else, it's like so rewarding. And she's such like a prestigious person. And she's very well respected in her field. And so having someone like that, it just, oh my gosh, I like ran to Alma and I was like, dude, read this right now. Like, it's insane. I loved it. So shout out to her. I don't want to call her out because I feel like that's privacy.
Yeah.
But you know who you are.
And there's nothing better than like from teacher POV, there's nothing better than seeing a student who's engaged. Like that's the highest form of compliment, I feel like.
And she was always on about that. She's like, I appreciate every single one of you guys who attend my lecture, all lectures. Like, really means a lot. I was like, oh, I'll be here even when you don't want me here. But yeah, overall, first year had some challenges, a few struggles, but hey, we worked through them, and a lot of journaling helps too.
Real. Luis,
Excited for
you're the
next.
last one. Tell us.
Did you speak on?
Yes.
You did?
I graduated.
I know, but okay. For me, yeah, it's been like a year since I've graduated. Actually, so I'm doing like my master's degree right now. So I'm still in school actually. So if it just feels like I didn't graduate actually. But
You came back better.
I came back. I'm a vet. I know the ropes now. For sure. But what's it called? Yeah, it was
all the good bathrooms now on campus.
all the good bathrooms on campus. The Clark building. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't go to that one because I'm scared that the nurses are gonna like kick me out. But what's it called? No, yeah, like I already kind of know how it goes. But definitely like the grad program is like different than like your undergrad because like, you kind of like gotta figure your stuff out on your own like more. Like yes, you do that when you're like in undergrad too, but like when you're like a grad student, you gotta figure out like whether you're doing thesis or non-thesis. You gotta figure out like a committee and like what class are you going to take and like what kind of research are you going to be doing, and like you got to talk to like your academic advisor and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like terrible at doing that kind of stuff, honestly. I leave that stuff for like the very last. I'm like, I just look at all my classmates and they're talking about it. I'm like, huh? I'm like, wait, what are y'all doing? And they're like, oh, like we're doing this. And I'm like, but thankfully like haven't had any like deadlines that I've missed. But first year was cool. First semester was definitely way easier than like the second semester. Some of the grad courses are pretty challenging. And definitely this semester I would say like was like the hardest like academically just because of this one class. Shout out Advanced Fluid Dynamics. And if you're taking that, I feel sorry for you. But like, we were able to get through it. Me and my grad, like my classmates and stuff, which is like great to like, it's like a lot smaller as well than like, when you're like taking like undergrad, it's like 40 people in your class, which is already small, but we just go to like a small university. But like when you're in the grad program, it's like 10 people, 7 people in the class, like even or less, or like, but yeah, I don't know. We were able to get through it, some sleepless nights, maybe. I don't know. It was all a blur in the last 3 weeks. I won't even lie to you. But yeah, thankfully I was able to do that. And then while I went to school, since I'm paying out of pocket for it, as many people may know, it gets expensive. So I've also I also work like part-time in construction, which was also like a first for me, which I guess it's, another thing like that's cool. That like I went into construction. I got the opportunity to do it. And like, I knew like nothing, like, I thought I knew stuff, but then like turns out I don't know stuff. So like, I feel like every week I've learned something new, and I'm really grateful for that. Like that I've been able to like learn a lot of like hands-on stuff because like as engineers, like it's a lot of like, maybe you're sitting at the desk and designing the parts or whatever. but you don't actually get to like get in there and like do it and stuff
They
like that.
say you don't know how to hit the nail with the hammer.
Yeah, like you design the hammer, but not like you're not the one that actually does it. And then so like now I can say I can kind of do it, kind of do it because I still have some like I still mess up like, and I still don't know like there's still so much I don't know, but like but I'm happy that I'm learning. So I've been doing that. It's kind of been like the work school life. Yeah. I don't know.
Right. And, Did y'all get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say like a lot of the time people's goals is like, oh, graduate college, graduate university. That's like their goals. And we've all met that goal. And now it's like, okay, what's our new goal?
Like I'm over here hanging out with, middle schoolers. Was that my goal? I don't know.
Like what is your guys' like next 5-year plan or next 10-year plan?
This is like a tough question because for me, like I've always been a person that like tends to like overthink and like look ahead way too like I'm always thinking about what's gonna be like 10 years from now. And I feel like it messes up like my present. So like I'm trying not to, I don't know, 5 years from now, who knows, bro? Like 10 years from now, I do not even want to think about that. I will say though that like
in 10 years we'll be in our 30s.
Wait, my prime? Hopefully.
You said your prime?
Your prime?
Hopefully it's our prime.
You mean our prime?
Our prime. I wanted to say that, but I was like, I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hey,
You're
we're
like,
in
maybe
this
they're in their
together.
prime right now.
Yeah, hopefully we're not cooked by the time we're like 30. But what's it called? I don't know. At least for me, like some goals that I have that are like short term that I like want to do is like kind of told you guys about it. Like I want to get like my parents like a house, or like I want to like make sure that like that's like the at least that's the thing on my list. Like that I just want to get a house for my parents, get a place where we can live, and like so like they don't gotta like worry about like paying rent no more. I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it like all myself. Like my mom works, my dad works, my brother is also part of it too. But like yeah, I just want to like help him out with that most. Like that's like for me like the top priority right now, I would say. So in like the next 2-3 years, I feel like that's what I like see myself doing. Not that I'm like working like every like day like to the bone, but like yeah, I would say that's like my main goal.
I think it's such a deep question, especially because I also tend to overthink, and everything that I've kind of thought has not gone as planned.
So real.
And so I'm like, wait, maybe I should stop doing that, because I definitely saw myself, like if you had asked me in high school how it was going to look like after graduation, I would have thought something completely different.
Actually, like I'm far behind my plan.
I'm like, hold on, I need more time.
It's like when you were younger, when you were like, okay, if I want to be married and have kids by like mid-20s, 25, that means I have to be married to somebody like for like 2-3 years. Okay. But then I also, it's 1 year of engagement. Okay. But like also
planning?
like you have to be in a relationship for at least like a good 5 years. Okay.
And then you're like, oh, I should have started. Like, look.
My thought was like, I would like to be able to like play sports with my kids. So
And you can't if you're
like
old.
if I'm old, if I have kids really old.
Oh, dang. I already have bad knees. So
That's
that's
so
out of the
funny.
question.
Have you guys seen that like TikTok trend where it's like, and it's like a baby picture of someone's like, at the age where I was playing basketball, and when instead I should have been like investing on a house or something.
Or like the other trend where it's like my parents at age 23 and they were like married or like with a kid in a house, and then me at age 23, it's like me playing Fortnite like, at home. Me getting a victory royale.
Como dice, art imitating life? Life imitating art?
Right.
Because that's me.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No,
Sorry.
but because, yeah. I I like I said, I don't know, and I don't want to think about it because I hate change, but it's important. But I also hate uncertainty, and that's where I'm at. So it's like I'm spiraling now, guys.
Yeah, and like it also doesn't help with like everything regarding like what's going on outside of our personal bubbles that we see every day. You know, like, oh, I guess that's also happening. Oh God, oh my God, and it directly affects me. Wow.
Oh wait, guys. So yeah, I don't know, but definitely I see you guys in my life.
Hey, I was hoping you would say that. Oh my
You guys
God.
are the
I
one
was about to like
consistency.
storm off if she didn't send it with that.
No, you guys are my one consistency.
Real.
So, yeah.
5 to 10 year bummer would still be a baddie, low key.
Oh, you can say that again.
Self-love, guys, self-love. No, but I guess it's a little different for me because I still haven't graduated. So it's like, that's the one thing I'm still looking forward to. Because, I don't know, I tell this to a lot of people, but I still feel 14. Like, in my mind, I'm still in middle school. I'm still like the little weird girl watching anime while I'm supposed to be like in my online class. Like that's my mentality. I'm not 19. And I don't see myself getting older. And I don't know why. I just can't. And if I can't see myself get older, I don't know what I'm going to do in the future.
Wait, why is everything that you guys are saying during this episode so relatable? Like,
And I feel like because I haven't graduated, you know, university yet, I'm not spiraling yet because I still have something to work towards.
oh, and we don't.
That's not what I
It's
meant.
over for y'all. It's over.
That's not what I meant.
I'm not like you
She's like,
guys.
yikes.
For me personally, because I think that as soon as I'm done with university, like I'm gonna be lost because my whole life has been school.
Me too. Same.
It's been school, getting that degree, you know, doing it for my parents, doing it for my family. And so after that, I don't know what comes after that. Because, you know, like, am I going to get a job? Am I going to be able to find a job? I don't know. It's just, I'd like to focus on the fact that I still have school. And I have something to look forward to, graduating. And after that, we'll see where the wind takes us. We'll see where the wind takes us. But yeah, I don't know. That's
Sense. Yeah. Are you entering your spiraling era?
Yes. I'm like, so I graduated and I'm like, I need to find a job. But I'm like, obviously I can't get a job I would want because I don't have experience and all that. So I'm like, I got to get a job wherever I can. But I'm like, once I get that job, am I going to stay there for like the rest of my life? I'm like, stability or like finding something I would want to
Finding joy.
Yeah.
And like thinking about that, like I think back to like my dad who has been at the same like job for like 20 plus years. And I'm like, is he miserable? And he just doesn't say it.
He's definitely miserable.
And then I'm like, if
expose your
I were
dad.
to have
Sorry.
a family, would I be able to do that, put up with that?
Real.
And it's like, I don't know. It's scary growing up, guys.
No, yeah.
It's terrifying.
Adulting.
It is. I mean, like, I think about, you know, I'm not going to say how old I am.
Sam, you just said in 10 years you're going to be 30.
Not quite 30.
Yeah, not exactly. Not exactly.
Like my 5-year plan is to dye my hair and get a tattoo. My 10-year plan is to maybe kiss someone. No, I'm kidding. But it's just like, it really is a lot. Like, it's so scary. And I'm just like, and also it's scary to see like your family grow up too and like finally like gain conscious and be like, oh my God, my brothers are growing old too. And like,
That's what it feels like for me.
that's actually like so sad. Like if I just think about it, I like will start crying for some reason. Or just like also like, oh God, my parents are getting old too, you know? And it's, I don't know, it's tough because I guess our lives, all of our lives are so, you know, at any moment they can change so quickly. So it's hard to like imagine or envision myself in 5 or 10 years. Like, who knows what I'll be doing in 5 or 10 years. And like, also like, you know, who knows if I still will be teaching in 5 years. Like maybe I'm just gonna do something different. I don't know.
I think
But I don't know.
I think that's also scary because we all worked towards like a specific
Right.
goal, but it's like that might not be your passion anymore, and that's a scary thing because it's like, oh, everything I worked for, you know,
Right,
kind of.
right.
And we're also at that age where you see our peers, and they're all just at different stages in life, and comparing is bad. You know, we shouldn't do that, but I constantly find myself doing that.
Right.
Sometimes
And
you
that
just
also
can't help it.
Yeah, and so that also leads to spiraling for me.
And like, it's the whole, now like, I gotta think about stability, you know? Like, how much do I prioritize stability versus my own personal joy, you know? And like, even thinking about, you know, having a family, like even that, I'm like, how do people have families?
Like I still live with my parents. If I didn't, I'd have to pay rent. That's it. Like,
right. Like, how do you get like the energy? Like, where does the energy, are they the source of energy? I guess they are in a way, you know, they're your source of energy,
motivation.
but also like they're your source of draining energy. I don't know.
It's a plus minus.
You can tell I'm still like immature. I'm also stuck at 17. It's just bad.
I'm telling you. I don't know. I feel like everything's so uncertain and I don't like it. Especially for us.
Right. And is it like, is work every day? is getting up early my every day now?
for the
I'm
next
not a
30
morning
years.
person.
Oh my gosh, that also hit when I had like class super early. And super early to me is 8 a.m. And so I had class super early last term. And I told my dad, like, Dad, I'm so tired. And he's like, imagine doing that for 20 years. And I was like, clocked me.
It's the way like the roles have reversed because my dad used to be the one to get up early and now I get up earlier than him. And I'm out the door before him. And I'm like,
I was like, wow, Dad, you clocked me. You clocked me. I'm gonna go step away now.
he humbled you.
For me, it was like I have to get up a little later before when they get up. Then, like my brother and my dad. I don't want to make it like awkward.
And you got to share that bathroom.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think about all that stuff like all the time. Like I was saying, like I don't like. That's why I don't like looking into the past or like into the future like too much because I do that a lot, and like it just becomes like super like for me like it just like cripples me like as far as like you know like I'm just like not.
You're thinking about it right now.
Like, it almost crippled. It almost crippled.
Come back
me
to the
just
present.
now. Like, but it's like I don't know, like paralyzing in a way, you know, where like it's like, damn, like nothing is going the way I thought it would go, or like.
Can we just grow old together?
I mean, we are.
Wait, that's what I needed.
I mean, we are, but like that's what I'm saying.
This is recorded, by the way.
But like that's what I'm saying.
I'll bring
like,
this up later.
It's still like we're still growing up, and like it's like I don't know. I was thinking about it like where like it's like with like this whole thing about like me wanting or like me and my parents thinking about like hey like buying a house and like for example like you're talking about your siblings like my brother's getting married this year, like yeah. So like my brother's getting married this year, and
You
like
next? I'm kidding.
And like you know so he's already gonna like be out doing his own life like that he's gonna have to figure it out and so then like I'm thinking like dang like what do I do with mine and like stuff like that and like of course like there's like you'll have like your peers like doing all these other things like you know they're living on their own or whatever or like they are like families or they're getting married and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, like I like compare myself to them and I'm like I'm nowhere near that. Like, and there is no way for me to get there either. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just becomes like a crippling thing, but I don't know. I really like just try to like kind of like trust that like, you know, things will work out the way like that they need to work, the way that they're gonna like work out, and like maybe it doesn't go the way I thought it would go, but like, you know, I still have like my life. Like I'm still being able to wake up. We can still hang out. We can still see each other, see my family, and everybody's going through their own thing, you know, and like, you know, forget all the social media stuff that like you see and stuff, because that's all just like, you know, just only like a little window of the best part of people's lives anyway. So like, you know, don't focus on that. And like, just for me, I just want to stay in the present right now. Like I'm just really trying to like, you know, lock into like my short-term goals, which is like short-term is like 1 or 2 years, instead of like looking at the 5-year being like, am I going to be married? Am I going to have a house? Or am I going to be able to work? Like, just forget all that. Like, just, you know, be happy that like I'm here, that I'm able to work, and that like I have that goal right now of like trying to get my family a house. And like in the meantime, like I just still get to enjoy like my simple life that maybe didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but like I'm still enjoying it. The other day I bought like a soccer ball. I bought the new like Premier League balls, you know? If you know, you know. Or like, you know, we get to hang out, or like I play indoor soccer, that like, or like we go play basketball, all that stuff. Like the hip for me, y'all. The hip, I'm getting old, man. This hip has got like 5 more years before like it really like, but like I'm just like, all that stuff is like therapy for me. Like, or like even like when I go to church and stuff like that, like it's just all like for me like therapy, that like not like an escape from it, but it's not like an escape from reality, because it's my reality. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? And like I'm just enjoying it now, you know, instead of like thinking so far into the future. I don't know.
Right. You know,
cut the edit here.
I don't know how Alma and Pamela feel, but I think the reason why sometimes I get like so stuck on it is because I feel like women have like quote unquote an expiration date. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's just so hard to differentiate between what should I make my short term versus my long term goal, because if I push aside like marriage or being a mother or whatever, like motherhood, like, will it be too late, you know? Or like should I make that like a focus so that I'm not too late, or, you know, because I mean, the human bodies don't stay young forever, you know? And so I don't, like, if motherhood is something that I want to pursue, like, should I be focusing on it right now? Like, or like in the next few years? Because otherwise then it's just, you know, it's going to be like late. And like, I get the opportunity to see like a bunch of little kids that come from like different paths, and they tell me about their parents, and some of them are like super young and some of them are much, much older. And there's always like a pattern sometimes in like the backgrounds. And so it's just like, I don't know what to make my short term versus my long term goal. Like, is motherhood even something I want? Like, I don't know. It's just like so hard. And, you know, like Luis said, it's probably like the universe probably already has a plan, and it's unfolding as we're speaking right now. But still, it's like, I guess it's hard not to think about it. I don't know. That
is like something that like I had never thought about, like that girls like do have to think about like that. And like I had never thought about that. Like it just like that was not a concept in my mind until I was listening to the Charli XCX album. Hold on. And she has a song where it's called Think About It All the Time, where she talks about that kind of stuff. And I was like, damn, oh my God, I never thought about that. I was like, oh my gosh.
He's like, my friends, they're going through this.
That's so sad. I was like, it never hit my mind that like, damn, like that, like women, like girls have to like that's another factor that they have to think about. Cause I guess for us, it's like kind of like,
it's different.
It's different, you know? So like, damn. Another thing I was going to say though, was that like, I feel like another thing that like helps me is like knowing or like recognizing that like the only person that's like kind of like rushing me is me. Like,
Ooh, quote
like
that.
that's like the only
Eddie.
person that like I'm asking all these things for myself. I'm saying to myself, where, bro, like, what's up? Like, why are we not where we thought we would be? But it's like, at the same time, it's like, dude, like, you know, nobody else is telling me that. Like, my mom isn't telling me that. Like, you guys aren't, like, nobody's like asking this of me except myself. And it's obviously like in a way, it's like a good thing to, like, you know, have ambition and stuff like that. But like, it's also good to recognize when like it's fine. Like, you know, it's not, I'm doing like the best I can with what I have right now. You know, that's all I wanted to add.
You're preaching.
No, and like I wanted to add to what you were saying, motherhood, right? Not to call out my mom, but like she had me when she was super young. And so when I look at my mom, I'm like, oh my goodness, you created a human. And like, look at, I don't know, it's definitely different. She was younger. I'm older than she was when she had me. So I guess comparison comes into mine again, or more like reflection. Because I'm like, oh my goodness, you had me at this age. I was still in school. You know, it's just different. And yeah, motherhood is like, I think something that is definitely different for everyone, but it's something that we think about. Mm-hmm. Now I'm thinking about it.
Sorry.
No. It was going to come.
Motherhood is so scary. And like one of my biggest fears is right now I say I never want kids because I feel like I'd be such a bad mom. And that's the conversation for another time. But like you said, like sometimes I think about it, I'm like, I don't want kids now. Or I don't think I want kids at all. But what if in the future when it's too late, I regret it and I'm like, why didn't I have a kid? Right. And that is so scary. And same goes for like relationship and marriage and stuff. Right now, personally, guys, I love being by myself. Like I love my solitude. I enjoy being alone. I do not see myself with anyone. I love being by myself.
Even when we talk about motherhood, I do not see a partner next to me raising that kid.
Exactly.
Like it's only me and that kid, you know?
Exactly.
And that itself is selfish. Like that's selfish. So like I can't, like it's just it's such an internal struggle.
And again, it's also like, what if in the future, you know, I'm by myself and I regret it. And so it's too much to think about. And I don't like thinking about it. And I don't like talking about it. But then I'm like, but I should have these conversations with myself because, you know, you have to. And then I just don't do anything about it. And then I'm like, well, we thought about it. Let's tuck it away in the back of my mind and not bring it up again.
And it's hard to, and it's like, if you ever do find yourself with a partner, then that type of conversation is something that should be brought up. Like, especially like later in life, like, you know, like that should be one of the very first few conversations you have, because if you're going to stick it out with that person, you need to know like what their answer is. Because what if you're not on the same wavelength? Like, I don't know. It's just hard.
It's a lot. And
That's so complicated. Like I'm still over here buying like coloring books.
how many markers did you buy?
Oh, I recently bought the really cool blending markers because that's a joy right now that I have. I guess you could say that's a short-term goal, right? Just like enjoying my, I guess, free time because I graduated college. So now it's like more me time.
Right.
But then, yeah, those conversations, motherhood.
Right.
My career. Because I feel like it's also different having your career and then just having a job.
Right.
And it's like.
And then like motherhood and a career.
That's a different conversation.
It's like, you can never win in this world.
That's why I'm trying to just focus on like this.
Lucy's like, y'all are tripping.
No. That's what I'm saying. Because like you could spend all day like.
No, yeah, and like we're
just
talking
getting,
about it right now.
that,
Like this is the conversation right now. It's not like I go home and I'm like rocking back and forth in a corner and this is what I think about 24/7.
No, yeah.
No, like I recently, thanks to Pamela because she put me on. I watched the anime Haikyuu, and then I like fell in love with it, and then I somehow bought all 45 books.
You have all 45 volumes.
Wait, I love that for you.
But I bought them on thriftbooks.com.
Okay.
So I bought them secondhand. Well, the ones that were available. I bought most of them, more than half of them secondhand, I think. And the last one came in just last week. So I'm on novel 12 right now. But yeah, like I bought it and like, you know, like I'm still finding those simple things that will bring me joy too, you know? And right now that is haiku.
Love it.
I think we're also just still learning about ourselves.
Right.
Because our prefrontal cortex is developing. Like, I turned
developing.
23 and I'm like, oh yeah.
Literally.
The upgrade.
It's like a third eye was like starting to open.
You'll get there, Bama. Don't worry.
Heavy on the like still finding out things about yourself. Because guys, tell me why I was freaking out when someone asked me what my favorite song was. Because I don't know. Because I don't know. I feel like I overthink myself as a person. Because ask me right now, my favorite movie is. I don't know. I don't know, Sam.
I couldn't even get the question out.
I don't know. So, like we said, I am in a state of uncertainty, even about myself and who I am. So, it's scary out here. I can't wait till I'm 23. Now that you mentioned it.
Just a little bit. But then it's
just enjoy the time you're in right now. Just enjoy the time you're in right now. By the time you get our age, it's gonna be so funny seeing how much you've changed. Because you probably are gonna go through like some changes and stuff like that. Where like
How much you've grown.
yeah, it's gonna because you're gonna grow.
I feel like you're already very mature for your age, but if you
I've had people say that I'm like 40. Like mentally 40.
I
but
see
then
that.
I'm like, but I'm 14. So so I'm confused. Who do I believe?
Yeah, it's like half your brain is 14 and the other one's 40.
And they're constantly in battle with each other.
Amen.
Right now you're baddie. Next in 3 years you're baddylicious. You're extra baddie.
That's crazy.
It's just because you're not a baddie yet.
it's okay, you'll get there, Elise.
Thank you.
That's a short-term goal. Or maybe a long-term?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know.
We're not thinking about that. We're living in the present.
Yeah, exactly.
Wise words from
Exactly.
my right person, man.
Yep.
Let's stay quiet for 1 minute and let the audience just ponder. There's no
Ponder what we just talked
I'm just
about.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Reflect on your life and then let us know.
We've come to the end of this podcast. We just want to say that, you know, and maybe to you or to people it sounds like immature what we're talking about, but we are just being honest. Like, this is our life. We're just trying to figure it out.
We're at the crossroads.
Like,
of
I'm
destiny.
sure whether you're younger than us that you're going to be doing or you're older than
Thanks
us
for
that
cutting
you
me off.
already did. My fault. What did you say?
It's done. Make a rewind. Make a rewind.
All right.
You could rewatch it.
Okay. But yeah, no, we just want to say that, you know, we hope that if you were going through something similar, you know, drop it down in the comments. You know, it's definitely like we're not alone.
Experts.
We're not experts, and like we're definitely not the only ones going through it though at the same time. So, you know, just we just want to say, like, keep pushing through life, you know, and celebrate definitely, like, you know, your own accomplishments, whether they're small, whether you know it's something as small as, like, I like to think about it like even if you were just able to get up from your bed and stuff like that, that still takes effort, you know, and stuff like that. So,
And even like for our younger listeners, if you think like it's bad, like at like where you're at right now, like don't worry, because that will be the bad. Like that is really bad. Like even though right now it seems like we're talking, like it seems like we're like at a bad moment too. It is much better than when we were younger at 16. I don't know. For me personally, like 16 was rough, you know? So I think if you think if you are in like a very bad place right now at a young age, don't worry, because it does get better. It might get a little bit more scarier just because you're growing up and like, you know, you're getting new perspective, but like you're also growing as a person. And you get more responsibilities, whether it's like good or bad, like working, but it's fine.
for sure. No, yeah, but just, you know.
You'll definitely also find your people where you can share these experiences. Like, these are my people, and I don't get to see them as often anymore, but we're in this together.
For sure.
Yeah.
We got a lot of life to live still. So, you know, and yeah, just remember, don't compare yourself to your peers either. Comparison is the thief of joy. We just we're going to end it with that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. Thank you. This has been another episode of Charlitas. We want to shout out our sponsors.
Thank you to the Anatai Foundation and the community and the Peace Health Community Fund.
Yeah.
And thank you to Amina Mountain Productions, Alexis.
Shout out. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for the Anatai Foundation and Peace Health Community Fund for sponsoring this video.